What is going on, everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. Over the last few months, I have tried out multiple different diets on this channel. It all started with the video Eating Like The Rock, and you guys seem to really enjoy that video, given that it went on to get over 1 million views in just about a month, and it ended up being my most popular video ever. So I figured, let's keep the ball rolling and go on to someone even more impressive, Kim Kardashian. And you guys like that one as well, at least it seemed to be. I don't know that I enjoyed that one as much, but hey, I'm here for you guys. It's your world. I'm just living in it. And then after a good old Kim, we went on to the famous billionaire Warren Buffett, and that one was a little bit more interesting. Not sure how I felt about all of that fast food, but out of all of the diets that I've tried, my favorite has been my girlfriend Megan's. I enjoyed that video so much. I ate like her for a week and I felt great. So when I came across Tom Brady's diet, well, I should say she came across. She actually does all the research for these videos, which I really appreciate. But his diet is very similar to hers with a few differences that we'll cover in the video. So let's jump it off with a nice, healthy breakfast smoothie. We have some cashews, blueberries, banana, almond milk. But what makes this very difficult is not owning a blender. If anybody ever has the bright idea of trying to make a smoothie without a blender, I would say maybe consider a different option. Luckily for me, we have Juiceland right down the way, so I'm gonna leave this one up to the professionals. All right, guys, we're gonna have this B12 shot. I did take a sip of it. It's not so great. This is actually really good. It's got bananas and blueberries and honey and peanut butter. That combination can never be bad. See, that's really good, man. But that thing, that was awful. All right, guys, I have to say this is probably the best smoothie that I've ever had. I don't know if I mentioned it does have honey in there as well to sweeten it up. I'm gonna try to talk Steve into getting his first ever shot, but not that one that I just had. He is gonna try the Nani Tafir, whether he likes it or not. Oh wow, that is pretty good. This is the most health that has ever been in a YouTube video. So this is the bluegrass, is that what it's called? Pineapple, blue, magic, ginger, lemon, and CBD oil. I feel like I should be getting paid for this. That's pretty good. So much better than the B12, yeah. In this video, we are going to eat like legendary quarterback Tom Brady. Let me start by saying I've got no problem with Tom Brady, but I am not a fanboy either. My favorite Patriot game ever was 2 years ago when they lost to my team, the Eagles, in the Super Bowl. That was pretty awesome, but I have to say, I do really like what I've seen about Tom Brady's diet. Mostly, I will say it has all the principles I would agree with, mixed in with some things that I would deem unnecessary and a little bit over the top, such as worrying about the acidity of your food. Now, everything he does is obviously based off of performance. He's a little bit more of an athlete than myself, so I guess I can understand that. But he does outline some rules that you should stick by, such as no refined carbs, no white bread, no gluten, no dairy, no deflating footballs. Wait, that's not in there. He does advocate to follow the 80-20 rule, which is something that I advise as well. Eat the right foods 80% of the time, 20% of the time, you know, life gets in the way. I will say there are some things that I've seen him eat, like avocado ice cream, which I will not be touching. The smoothie this morning was amazing, so if he has someone making him those kinds of smoothies, I'm a little bit jealous. But you know what? Let's just jump into the video. Here's where we're gonna run into this problem though, guys. So my friend Tom Brady apparently doesn't drink caffeine. I don't even know if I believe that, but I've seen some stories that say he eliminates it completely. Some say that he just minimizes it to 200 milligrams. Why? So I really think that I'm gonna try the no caffeine thing today. So my pre-workout is gonna be high volume. This is a pump product with no caffeine, and then I'm gonna have my serving of creatine as well. He's also pretty big on electrolytes, and I actually drink these every single day, All Sport Zero. These are the best tasting electrolytes that I have ever found. Those are pretty great. And for my snack, because he is a snacker, they say, I'm gonna have 2 scoops of the chocolate cupcake pea Science Select protein powder. It is delicious, and you can save 15% when you use travis@psounds.com. I think I'm also gonna have some cashews. So my question of this video is going to be, what is your normal caffeine intake like? How many milligrams? Or if you don't know that, how many cups of coffee? Or do you have a coffee and a pre-workout? I just feel like I can't be the only one that's so dependent. And it might be something that's almost a placebo again, because maybe I'm just psyching myself out that I'm not gonna have caffeine, but I just can't imagine this going over very well. So I've been doing the math in my head. I'm pretty sure I'm about 350 milligrams per day, which isn't the best. It's probably also not the worst. I would like to be closer to 250. It's just some days, man, you need that one extra cup of afternoon coffee. All right, so we are actually feeling very, very good. I kind of just had to get out of my own head, so I hit 410 pounds for a double. Can't remember the last time I've done that. It's been quite some time for sure. I'm gonna go for 420 for my top set. So we got the workout done. I can't say that I overly enjoyed working out with no caffeine. I noticed throughout the workout I started to kind of lose focus and lose steam earlier than I typically would, but I got the main sets done. That's what's really important, and thankfully, protein bars are allowed on this diet because I need this protein bar more than anything in the world right now. So I probably should stop saying this, even though I probably won't. It's just so good, guys, so good. So here is gonna be lunch. He only eats natural organic meat with no antibiotics, so this is fresh cut salmon. I got this from Whole Foods. We have some organic broccoli, and I'm gonna roast this in the oven, all for about 20 minutes, but no olive oil is allowed to be used. And I really don't know the answer as to why he doesn't use olive oil, to be honest. So for our lunch, we're gonna have the salmon and broccoli, which looks really, really good actually. You know, a nice, normal, healthy lunch. But this is where things get a little bit different and overly particular, in my opinion. So he always says to pair your protein with a vegetable, but never with a complex carb. So you couldn't have a protein with sweet potato because he thinks that that hinders digestion, which I don't know that I'm fully bought into. And he also is very specific about the type of vegetable that he eats. He says you cannot have any nightshade vegetables. I had no idea what a nightshade vegetable was, but apparently these vegetables such as tomato, white potato, and peppers have poisonous effects in the body. Again, I don't really know what all research is behind that, but that is what he is sold on. And again, he's always going back to digestion. So he says the vegetable and the protein is good for that, and I would probably agree with that statement. So let's see how I did on the salmon. Look at that, man, that looks awesome. The salmon from Whole Foods is just out of this world. It's definitely worth the extra money, and really, it's not even that much more expensive. And look at that broccoli. Now, one of the reasons that he says he likes broccoli is because it's a high alkaline food. Now, remember, he's one of the most top performing athletes in the world. So for him, that might be important. For someone like me and the average Joe, that probably doesn't really matter, in my opinion. Now, you have to remember, there's always people out there that try to major in minors, like, you know, some people that aren't even doing the overall thing that well, but they're so focused in on the smallest little details, it's almost hindering them. So I would not recommend really getting caught up in all of that, but any type of vegetable, in my mind, would be a good choice. I have a feeling one thing that Tom Brady does not do is go back and forth with his accountant on a Saturday afternoon about freaking taxes. It's just driving me crazy. But anyway, for a little snack here, it's been about an hour since I ate. I'm gonna have a half serving of organic cashews and one organic gala apple. One thing I didn't mention about his water intake, he averages anywhere from 12 to 25 glasses of water a day, electrolyte infused. So I don't know if I'm gonna get that much water, but I'm gonna try my best. And then hopefully I'm gonna get out of the house for a minute, man. Besides the documentary that I'm watching on Tupac and Biggie right now, there's nothing really exciting going on here. I have chicken tenderloins. This is almost about a pound. It's organic, grass-fed, you know, all of those buzzwords are in this chicken, as well as some organic green beans, which are roasted in the oven. It actually looks pretty delicious, and I don't mind eating like this at all. Have some protein, have some vegetables. I still don't understand the whole concept about why you can't have some sweet potato or some other carbohydrate sources, but hey, we are doing it for the video. So I've gotta have at least like 200 grams of protein today. So it's looking like he's going for a higher protein, moderate fat, lower carb, at least for the most part. All right, guys, well, that's it. That's the diet. I mean, there's nothing too complex about this. Overall, I think it has some pretty good principles. You're gonna have some high quality protein sources. You're gonna increase the amount of vegetables that you eat, which I am down for any diet that includes a lot of vegetables. And you can have fruits and whole grains as long as they're not with protein, which is still kind of weird to me. Now, I've kind of stated the things that I don't necessarily agree with, but I can tell you eating this way makes me feel so much better. Like, I'm gonna go to bed, sleep like a baby, wake up feeling like $1 million. And that is what I like about this way of eating. So that's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think down below. We are gonna have a little bit of dessert. He has some avocado ice cream, and I realized I told you at the beginning he doesn't eat dairy, which is true. And then I said he drinks protein shakes, which is also apparently true. So that means he must be drinking vegan protein. So obviously I was not doing that. We do have vegan protein, but I prefer the taste of the Pea Science Select. So you know what that means. We're gonna have to have a poverty brownie before we go to bed. I almost always use the chocolate protein powders for this, but I've been loving this combination lately. So it's a chocolate peanut butter brownie. We are gonna have 2 scoops of the peanut butter cookie. A lot of people sleep on this flavor, but it is absolutely delicious. And then I am going to add roughly 5 grams of baking cocoa. I've done this so many times, I can kind of just eyeball it. And then we are going to add, again, roughly 5 grams of baking powder. It's gonna look a little something like that. The trick is getting the right amount of water, but once you start practicing, you will get it down, I promise you. Just look at this, guys. It's so perfect. I'll probably be eating this every day until the day I die. Just look at that. For 200 calories, you're not gonna get anything better. And that is it, my friends. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You could have been doing anything in the entire world, and you chose to spend a few minutes with me. That is pretty awesome. Please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I look forward to talking to you guys next time.